Learn how to understand voice messages in Spanish. I'm Spring Spanish teacher Maura, and in this video, we'll go over 4 voice messages from my friends and then decode them together. Let's do this. Message number 1. Hesitating about getting plane tickets. The key thing about this message is that my sister, who's Venezuelan like me, is planning a trip to visit me, and she was answering my previous message, which included a question. ¿Me dijiste algo? Porque accidentalmente borré nuestra conversación.
Nada, hermano, lo que te estaba diciendo era que estaba frente a los pasajes y no terminaba de comprar nada porque no estoy muy segura de lo que voy a hacer, pero ya estoy comprando. Tampoco estoy muy segura, pero igualita te lo paso. Un beso, bye.
Let's listen to it together. Keep in mind that all of our videos are time-stamped, so you can go back to the beginning of these voice messages just by following it. Also, remember that YouTube allows you to slow it down, in case they're a bit too fast for you.
Nada, hermano, lo que te estaba diciendo era...
Here's the first chunk we'll review together. Nada. Besides for nothing, we use this little word to mean never mind, forget about it, it's okay, not much. Nada, hermana, lo que te estaba diciendo.
Tampoco estoy muy segura, pero igualita.
Igualito. We tend to put this little chunk at the end of sentences to mean we're doing something nonetheless. She said, tampoco estoy muy segura, pero igualito. And what it means is that even if she's not sure, she's still buying the tickets.
Te lo paso. Un beso, bye.
Te lo paso. In this case, she said this after the previous example. Tampoco estoy muy segura, pero igualito, te lo paso. We use pasar for a lot of things. One of those things is as a synonym for to send. Let me know in the comments if you'd like for us to make a video on pasar. Chunk alert! No termino de. This chunk is so great, I just had to make a chunk alert out of it. It's a little hard to explain though, so let's use my sister's example. No terminaba de comprar nada porque no estoy muy segura de lo que voy a hacer. What she meant is that she kept trying to but couldn't follow through. Put a verb ending in R after it, like no termino de salir. And let people know you are trying to leave your house, but it's taking more time than expected. Lo que sí puedes terminar de hacer es access our free Essential Spanish Chunking Kit through the link in the description, and get many more hard-to-explain chunks like this one. Message number 2. Making plans for Saturday night. Típico mensaje de sábado por la noche. Here my friend is talking about what he's doing and possibly meeting up for a thing at his place. Escuchémoslo.
Yo le había dicho en principio que yo tenía un plan con unas amigas para una fiesta, pero al final no sé si ese plan se va a dar o no, estamos en veremos, o sea, apenas nos estamos reuniendo ahora mismo para tomarnos una cerveza y tal. En tal caso, si el plan no se da, podría surgir algo espontáneo en mi casa. Vamos hablando.
He uses a ton of essential chunks, and all of them are useful really. Pero vamos a repasar 4 de ellos.
Yo le había dicho en principio que yo tenía un plan con unas amigas para una fiesta.
En principio. Careful, this doesn't talk about the beginning of anything. It merely talks about having the intention to do something, like meeting up or going out, but it leaves space for that to change. That's why he said, yo le había dicho en principio que tenía un plan con unas amigas. And then says it's possible that won't happen because that was only the original intention. Antes de que se me olvide, mira hasta el final si quieres obtener algunos consejos y trucos sobre cómo entender mejor los mensajes de voz.
Pero al final no sé si ese plan se va a dar o no, estamos en veremos, o sea.
Estamos en veremos. This is a chunk we use when we want to imply that a decision about something hasn't been made yet. It's about the feeling of not knowing if something will happen for sure. That's exactly how he used it by saying, no sé si ese plan se va a dar o no, estamos en veremos.
En tal caso, si el plan no se da, podría surgir algo espontáneo en mi casa.
En tal caso, you can use this to make plans but with a condition. In this case, we would get together only if his original plan doesn't work. That's why he said, en tal caso, si el plan no se da, y luego hizo una pequeña propuesta sobre lo que podríamos hacer juntos como alternativa.
Apenas nos estamos reuniendo ahora mismo para tomarnos una cerveza y tal.
Apenas. We use apenas all the time to say something is barely happening, or to express we have just started doing something. That's how he used it here. Apenas nos estamos reuniendo ahora mismo. Message number 3. Accepting an invitation to the theater. Alright, in this message, I'm letting my friends know I'm in with the plan to go to the theater, but in a very messy way, which included why I was lost with the information about the play. Let's listen to it.
Hola, perdón que no paro y no miro el teléfono, pero igual el sábado puedo. No tengo ni idea ni dónde es, ni a qué hora es, ni nada, pero sí puedo. Así que nada, cuenten conmigo y luego me dicen detalles, por fin.
For all of those of you who asked me to speak slower, now you know I was always doing that because this is my actual natural speed.
Hola, perdón que no paro y no miro el teléfono.
No paro. I don't know about you, but lately it feels like my life is in a constant rush. So I'm using this little chunk on a daily basis. It only means I'm constantly busy with many different things. Por favor, déjame saber en los comentarios si te has sentido igual últimamente para saber que no soy la única.
Pero igual el sábado puedo. No tengo ni idea ni dónde es, ni a qué hora es, ni nada, pero sí puedo.
No tengo ni idea. I know the meaning of this is pretty obvious, but do you know you don't need the word ni? And that if you add the ni, like I did, it emphasizes the sentiment? Bueno, ahora sí lo sabes.
Así que nada, cuenten conmigo y luego me dicen detalles, por fin.
Cuenten conmigo. Though you can use this to tell people they can rely on you, it's mostly used like I did. Esencialmente para decir que puedes contar con que forme parte de cualquier cosa que estemos planeando. Message number 4. Setting the date for a party, plus tips and tricks on how to understand voice messages. Alright, with this message, we'll try something different to test our first tip. Busca palabras clave. Even in our native languages, we do not get every word every single time. This tip is about you processing that and adding it to your relationship with Spanish as a second or third or fourth language. Si escuchas las palabras clave, lo más probable es que entiendas de qué trata el mensaje. Let's test this out with this message. Our amazing editor Gonzalo will scramble most of this message, leaving some keywords or phrases out of it. De un audio de 31 segundos, pasaremos a 8 pequeños elementos que permitirán una comprensión total. So you know the basics, we had to cancel a party and we're discussing new dates to possibly redo it.
Ya le comenté a él igual y me dijo como que siempre que van a hacer música un día del fin de semana. Y dije que sí. Nada, avisen si hablaron con él y si lo quieren dejar para la semana el viernes 11, avísenlo para nosotros cambiar nuestra fecha de vacunación, que es una tontería. O si lo quieren al 18, pues lo hacemos al 18 y no hay que cambiar nada.
Le comenté a Eli.
Ya le comenté a él igual.
Usually you should make sure you understand some of the beginning so you can position yourself in the right mind frame. En este caso, ahora sabemos que ella le dijo algo a Eli. That would be her partner, by the way. Me dijo.
Y me dijo como que...
Here she'll surely be repeating what the other person said. Right after that, this is what you hear.
Siempre que van a hacer música un día del fin de semana. Y dije que sí.
Cambio de tono y velocidad, una risa. All of these things, especially after something like me dijo, are a clear indication of mimicking. Probablemente lo que le dijo la otra persona no es tan importante como lo que ella dirá después de esto. Particularly if you can tell it was all a joke by that end laugh. Nada.
Nada.
This is barely talking, but it 100% is communication. Es una señal de que está pasando de la broma a otra cosa. The nada, which we saw previously, lets us know she's discarding the previous information as non-important, and so now comes the real deal. Avisen si lo quieren.
Avisen si lo quieren.
Okay, now we're talking about an imperative verb like avisen. It's a direct command to act on, to do something. Pendiente de estos verbos. Viernes 11.
Viernes 11.
Because you know this is about setting a date y porque son datos, es decir, fecha, números, cantidades, nombres, sabrás que esto es clave. So now we know el viernes 11 is one option for this. This O is even elongated in this example.
O
And this is not uncommon, luckily for all of us. Es evidente que lo que viene es la alternativa a algo que se acaba de ofrecer. El 18. Y aquí está la alternativa número 2.
al 18.
As you can see, it's a day again. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Now you know the only thing you have to do is avisar if you prefer Friday 11 or the 18th. Y eso es todo, literalmente. Other things you can do that could be real lifesavers when it comes to understanding voice messages are: escucha el mensaje varias veces. This might sound really obvious, but just know that it's quite okay and honestly, good practice if you're still learning the language. Usa aplicaciones de voz a texto que escriban el texto por ti. This is a great little trick you should keep in mind just in case, porque podría salvarte la vida. You can look up words you didn't know before, then listen to the message again. Most modern translation apps like Google Translate and Apple Translator support speech-to-text translation. Alright, how about letting me know in the comments what the following chunks are used for? No termino de. A. I'm not done yet. B. I keep trying but I can't follow through. Estamos en veremos. A. We're still seeing if this will happen or not. B. We're about to meet each other. No paro. A. I keep moving and can't stop. B. I'm very busy. Spring Spanish teacher Paulísima and I made a video sending each other voice messages about coordinating a trip together. Así que continúa practicando conmigo tu español de mensajes de voz en la siguiente parte de esta lección. Click the image on the screen and I'll see you there.